Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a one brand tutorial. I wanted to start incorporating more of these onto my channel. The last video that I did like this, I used all Hourglass products on my face all at once, and I wanted to do the same thing with Charlotte Tilbury makeup. Charlotte Tilbury is one of my favorite brands. This is not sponsored, by the way, but truly Charlotte Tilbury products are the ones that I personally love to invest in so often. I just have certain brands that I really feel like are always worth my money. The aesthetic is very similar to mine. It just resonates with me. It inspires me. So I buy a lot of Charlotte Tilbury on my own. A few of these products have been sent to me, but honestly, it's one of my favorite brands to purchase from and like spend my own money on. So I thought it would be fun to sit down and do a full face. I don't know if I've ever done this on my channel before, and I don't know if I've really ever done this in real life. I feel like I came close to a full face when I reviewed this Airbrush Flawless Foundation right here. I'll have that video linked down below if you want to see my thoughts on that foundation, but I didn't do a full face, and I couldn't have done a full face because I never owned a mascara from Charlotte Tilbury or brow products. So I purchased those to complete my collection or my full face. And yeah, we're just gonna see how it all looks. I think these one brand tutorials, whether drugstore or high-end, really help to showcase what the brand is capable of. Plus, when you're using one brand, usually, or you would hope that all the products will work well together. And so that's why I think it's fun for me to do these videos as well. So yeah, let's just get right into it. I'm gonna start with the complexion. I watch a lot of Charlotte Tilbury tutorials. It's just, honestly, you guys, it's one of my favorite brands to follow. Charlotte herself is like the fairy godmother of the makeup industry. I adore her. I truly am inspired by her. I love the vibe behind the brand. Yeah, I watch a lot of tutorials and they always seem to do complexion first. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply some of my Charlotte, or what is this called? Charlotte's Magic Cream. It's just the famous Magic Cream. This is the original. I saw that they recently launched a light version of this cream, so it's not supposed to be as rich as this one. I honestly don't mind how rich this cream is because my skin tends to be pretty dry on the outer portions at least, and I live in a pretty dry desert climate, so I feel like I could usually use a more hydrating cream like this one, but I am interested to try the light version. If any of you guys have tried that before, let me know what you think. I would love to know. Usually in their tutorials that they post everywhere, they'll do like her magic eye cream. I don't have the magic eye cream, so I just kind of, bring the magic cream up a little bit higher. And then I'm gonna prep my lips using this, what is this called? Honestly, it doesn't have like a name on it, but the shade is Refresh Rose, and it's like a lip hydrator thing. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on just to start hydrating the lips while I work on the rest of the face. One of my very favorite products from Charlotte Tilbury is this right here. I get the most use out of this product, I think, out of everything that's sitting in front of me. I just love it. I use it all the time. It's the Hollywood Flawless Filter. I use the shade Light 2, and I personally love to use this underneath makeup. You can use it over top if you want, or you can use it on its own because it does have a slight tint to it, but I prefer to just kind of put it all over the face under the makeup, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Complexion brush. This is actually one of my favorite brushes for foundation and also for cream contour. It's just perfect. The way that it blends things out is fabulous. So I'm just gonna use that to kind of buff everything out all over the skin, and you'll see that it just gives the most beautiful glow. And we haven't even started yet, and my skin looks so healthy. I remember when I first started my YouTube channel, Charlotte Tilbury was a brand that I always wanted to try out. But it is a high-end brand, so it's something that you do have to invest in with every product. I think the first product that I ever purchased was one of her eyeshadow palettes. Which one is it? Okay, it used to be called the Dolce Vita, but I think now it's called the Bella Sofia. It's this one right here. This was the first Charlotte Tilbury product that I purchased, and I remember just like being so excited that I owned a Charlotte Tilbury product. So it's really fun to be sitting down, 4 years later, doing a video, being able to use a full face. It's kind of a full circle situation for me. Let's see, for foundation, I'm wanting to use the Light Wonder foundation because I purchased this a while back, and then I purchased the Airbrush Flawless Foundation, which I really, really enjoy this one. And I kind of like stopped using this one as much, so I want to see how this looks again. And I feel like my skin is pretty nice right now, besides the areas where I told you guys like a few days ago I had some extractions, and because of my sensitive skin, it just takes a minute sometimes for the, for my acne to kind of settle down. But besides that, I feel like my skin's looking pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit of this on the back of my hand. I'm using the shade 3 Fair. I'm gonna go ahead and use that same Hollywood Complexion brush. I'm gonna kind of warm up the product on the back of my hand, and then I'm just gonna start blending this out all over the skin. Now this foundation is, I believe, one of their more light coverage foundations. They have a foundation in between. I forget what it's called. It's Light Wonder, then there's one after that that has a little more coverage, and then the Airbrush Flawless is like their fullest coverage foundation. This gives nice coverage though. I'm not sure if you can really tell, but it's just evening out the skin tone. It's not getting rid of all of my imperfections, but that's what concealer is for, so I don't really mind. Oh, that reminds me, I need to grab my under eye corrector that I have. I'm gonna go ahead and take what's left on the back of my hand with my sponge, and I'm just gonna press that foundation down into the skin a little bit more. Okay, I'm gonna go grab that corrector and then we'll do concealer. Wow, I really like how that foundation looks. I don't know why I don't use it more often. I need to remember to do that because it looks so nice and like fresh on the skin, and it doesn't feel heavy, which I really like. Obviously there's a time and place for me for like a full coverage foundation, and that's what I reach for pretty often, but sometimes there's also a time and place for something a little bit more light. So I'm really liking this. I'm gonna go ahead and go into the under eye corrector. This is in the shade 1 Fair, and I'm just gonna focus that on the darker areas underneath the eye, and then I do get a little bit of darkness, a lot of us do, right here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and run that through the inner corner right here a little bit too. I'm also going to take a little bit of that on the sides of the nose just to cancel out some of that redness there. And a tip that I learned from you guys actually was to use your under eye corrector over blemishes before concealer if there's a blemish that's like a little bit more stubborn or darker, and it kind of helps lighten up the pigment before you go over it with concealer. So I love doing that, especially when I know like a concealer won't be enough. Next, I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away Concealer. This is like a whipped formula. It's pretty full coverage. So I'm just going to put some right underneath the eyes and over top of blemishes. And because the foundation is so fresh looking, I don't really want to do too much concealer down the center of the nose. I kind of want to keep it looking a little bit lighter. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my concealer brush. I'm just going to start blending this out just in the general shape that I want the concealer to be in. And then I'm going to press it in with my sponge after. Okay, I'm just pressing that down with a sponge. Okay, I'm just going to take the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Lift 3-Way Shape Tool. Are there 3 products on this that I didn't know about? I just wanted to brush up the brows. There are! Oh my gosh, so you can unscrew this portion right here, and then you have the pencil right here, and then the spoolie. Super interesting. Okay, I think I'm going to go into eyes. I'm trying to like follow what Charlotte usually does. I don't know if there's like a specific rule or order, but if I remember right, she usually does like the eyes and then the brows and then finishes up complexion. And they always do lips before blush, which is really interesting. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the eyes. I'm going to take the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize liquid eyeshadow. Not liquid, this is a cream. This is in the shade Jean, and I'm going to be using this as a base all over my eyelids. So I'm just going to take a brush and I'm going to dip directly into the pot. You can see it's kind of like a moussey formula. And I'm just going to use this as a base all over the lid, from lash line all the way up to brow bone. This is the only shade that I have in this product. I really want to try the more bronzy shade, but I just haven't gotten around to picking that up. I remember the video that like made me want to try everything Charlotte Tilbury. She posted, this was like several years ago at this point, I think, but she posted this bridal makeup tutorial, and I remember sitting and just being completely captivated and mesmerized by the way she did this bridal makeup, and it just looked so pretty. And I remember in that moment, like, that's when I was like fully obsessed with Charlotte Tilbury stuff. Even though I had only tried like one thing, that tutorial, there was just something about it that just like sold me forever. Okay, let's move on to eyes. I'm trying to think of what I want to use. I think I'm going to use the new Pillow Talk Instant Eye Palette. This is a palette that I recently purchased. It looks like this. If you don't know, Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk lip liner is iconic. It's incredible, and she's expanded that line. Now there's multiple shades in the Pillow Talk lip liner line. There's also multiple lipstick shades. They have some blushes. There's eyeshadow palettes. There's just like everything Pillow Talk, and I'm here for it. It's my favorite. It's just the best like monochromatic makeup look that looks so flattering on literally everybody. So yeah, let's go ahead and use this. I'm gonna start right here. I'm gonna take this matte shade on a fluffy brush, and I'm gonna start building this in the crease as our transition shade. I'm just buffing that out and upward toward the brow. I'm also taking that same shade and running it across the lower lash line a bit. Next, I'm gonna go right next to that first shade in the same desk column, and I'm gonna take this pinky peach shade. It's so pretty. I'm gonna start to build this up on the outer corner and a little bit into the crease as well. I'm also gonna take that and just pinch the brush and apply it to the outer third of the lower lash line. Using the same brush, I'm just going to go right next to that again, and I'm just going to kind of deepen up right against the lash line with this shade. I don't know if I've ever done an eye look with just these shades. I really, really like it. It's a little bit more peachy, and I really like peaches. You guys know how I am with my pink and peach tones. Plus, I have a really pretty lipstick that I think I'm going to wear that's more on the peachy side, so I wanted to kind of try to create a bit more of a peach eye look. I'm just taking my concealer brush and kind of cleaning up the edges. And then, this is a really fun palette. I picked this up a few months ago, but they have the Pillow Talk Luxury Palette of Pops. So she has some palette of pops. So if you're familiar with her shadow quads, usually there's like one pop shade or one sparkle shade. So this is a quad of all sparkly tones. So you can see why I'm excited about it. I'm gonna go into this one right here. Again, this is the Pillow Talk Palette of Pops. And I'm just gonna go ahead and start pressing that on the eyelid. I'm focusing this on the center of the lid and just stopping it as I go up toward the crease. Now I'm taking the lightest shade in this palette and I'm pressing that on the inner third of the eyelid, blending it over top of that other glittery shade we applied, just to create a little bit of a gradient. You know what palette of pops I love? This is another one that I purchased. This is the Luxury Palette of Pops in Celestial Eyes. I don't know if they make this anymore. I don't know if it's limited edition, but this shade right here, it is so pretty. Maybe I'll put it on just for fun. I'll just put it right over top. It's got this like iridescent pink hue to it. It's so gorgeous. I love it. I'll just put a little bit in that inner corner because I just love that shade so much. Okay, we're gonna move back to the Pillow Talk palette, and I'm gonna dip into this shimmer and then this shimmer, starting with the pink one. I'm gonna take this right here on the lower lash line, and then I'm taking that light shimmer shade and just applying it right here along the lower lash line. I'm gonna leave the inner corner for later when I do highlighter because I don't know what color I want that yet. Just gonna go over everything in the crease one more time with that same brush we used at the very beginning, just to make sure it's all nice and blended. I actually do own this right here. This is a Feline Flick pen for like winged eyeliner. It's like a liquid liner. I don't usually use liquid liners, but since we're doing a video all about Charlotte Tilbury, I figured I would do a little wing. So I'm gonna start from the inner corner and then go out and try to attempt a little bit of a wing. I don't know if I can talk through this or not. Okay, I attempted it on one eye. Let's see if I can sort of match the other eye. Okay, well, not my best work, but honestly, you guys, I am not that good at winged eyeliner, so that's as good as it's gonna get. All right, let's pop on mascara. I bought the Legendary Lashes Volume 2 mascara. She also has a Full Fat Lashes mascara. I tried that once. It was like a sample size, but that was like forever ago, and I don't remember how I felt about it. So this wand looks really fun. I usually love very voluminous lashes, and wands like this usually give voluminous lashes to me, so let's try it out. I'm gonna go ahead and apply this on the top and bottom lashes. I think my seat is a little lower than normal. Is that better? Sorry if I was like off the screen the whole time. Okay, based off my first impression, this is the kind of mascara that I reach for. I love when a mascara gives you like a velvety look, and that's what this is doing for me. The only thing will be how it wears. I'm very picky with how mascaras wear on me, so we'll just have to see. I'm just taking my concealer brush one more time and going underneath the eyes just to clean up any fallout. And then I'm just using my sponge to just press everything back down. Well, we got some mascara marks on the eyelid, but what's new? I feel like that happens every time I do my makeup. Okay, I'm like dying to do my brows, but I do want to do some cream contour first. I'm gonna use one of my favorite products. I love this so much. It's the Hollywood Contour Wand. I have the shade Fair Medium, and the littlest bit goes a very long way. I personally just apply it directly out of the applicator, but you don't have to. You could put it on the back of your hand first if you want. So I'm just using this to contour, obviously, and I'm just gonna kind of lightly draw where I want most of the shape to be. And then I'm gonna take that same Hollywood Complexion brush, and I'm just gonna start blending this out into the skin. This is seriously one of the best products. I feel like it's really easy to work with, and it looks so natural. I'm gonna flip the brush over to the other side, which makes it perfect to blend out the contour on the sides of the nose. I just love it. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of gently press the sponge over everything just to make sure there's not any harsh lines. And then I'm gonna take the magic powder for under eye and face. I actually have two shades. I have the shade Fair and the shade Fair Medium. So one has a little bit more of a pinky base, that's the fair one, and then the Fair Medium has more of like a yellow tone. I love both of them. I use both just depending on what I need. I feel like this one's great for brightening the under eye. I don't feel like I need more brightening, so today I'm going to use the shade Fair Medium. I'm going to take that on a little powder brush. The thing I love about this powder is that it has a little bit of a sheen to it. So even if you set your whole face with this, can you see that? It still has a glow, which I think is so nice. So I'm just going to use this for setting the concealer under the eye, around the nose, through the smile lines, and then also on the chin, basically just the T-zone. And then I'm going to take what's left and kind of press that over the cheek area to set that cream contour, because I do have a powder bronzer I'm going to put over top. I'm going to put a bit of this in the forehead. And I'm also going to run it through the brows. I like to set the makeup underneath the brows before filling it in. I feel like it helps it stay longer. I can't handle not having brows on, so I'm going to go ahead and fill in the brows again with the Brow Lift 3-way shape tool. I got the shade Supermodel. It's got an angled applicator, kind of like the Anastasia brow definer. Hopefully this shade works for me. They didn't have tons of shades to choose from, but it seemed like this shade was one of their most universal, so hopefully it works. Sometimes it takes me a minute to get the hang of these types of pencils, but I do like how everything is looking. It's not too pigmented of a pencil, which I think is a really good thing because it helps your brows look more natural. I mean, obviously it's pigmented. You can see where I'm applying it, but it's got a little bit of a sheer quality to it, which is nice. Okay, I think that's pretty good for now. I'm gonna wait till the end to try to use the highlight portion of this. And also I bought a brow gel that I'll wait to use. Let's go ahead and finish up the complexion. I did want to use the famous Film Star Bronze and Glow palette. This is a palette that I became aware of pretty quickly because so many people use this product, especially when I watch celebrity makeup tutorials where, like those Vogue tutorials where they're doing their makeup in the bathroom. I love watching those. I see this so many times. Again, this is the Film Star Bronze and Glow. I picked up this one. This is the limited edition packaging, but it's the same product on the inside. If they still have this packaging, I'll link it. I think it's so pretty. But I'm gonna go ahead and dip into the Sculpt shade, and I'm gonna start to warm up the skin. This is the shade Light Medium. I'm going along the cheeks, along the forehead, a little on the sides of the nose and under the nose, under the lip, and then I'm gonna take some down the neck just to make sure everything matches. And I actually am gonna use the highlight in this palette. I had a cream highlight that I was considering using, but I guess I could always layer it on top if I want to later. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this to the highest points of the cheeks, around the brow. I love to apply highlighter right here down the nose, on the cupid's bow. So usually, like I said earlier, they do a lip color first, then they match the cheeks. I actually only own one blush from Charlotte Tilbury, I think. I'm pretty sure I only own one. Do I own another one? I don't think I do. This is the Cheek to Chic blush in the shade Pillow Talk. I accidentally dug my nails into this one. It's a very sad day, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the whole swish and pop situation. I'm gonna go ahead and add that to the apples of the cheeks, blending up. I like that it has a little bit of a sheen to it. This is a great blush for layering too, if you want. If you're somebody who's into a little bit more of a matte blush, but you want that sheen on the front of the cheeks, this is a great formula to do that with. So pretty. Okay, so I could do the famous Pillow Talk lip, but I want to do something a little different. I'm going to kind of wipe off any foundation that got on the lips. I've been so into this shade of lip liner. It's called Pink Venus, and it's the Lip Cheat. I had to dig this out of my purse because I use it so much. I love her lip liner formula. It's honestly one of my favorites, but this is like the prettiest pinky peach. I'm going to go ahead and line and fill in the lips with this. And this lip liner was actually sent to me. I get the occasional Charlotte Tilbury PR here and there, but it's not every product. But I'm really glad that they sent this to me because I don't know if I would have discovered it on my own, you know? It's just not usually a lip liner color that I reach for or have a lot of. But now it's like honestly one of my favorites. Okay, and then to layer on top of that, I wanted to use the Angel Alessandra lipstick. I bought this because I wanted something peachy to kind of match this lip liner after I got the lip liner. So this has been so awesome to layer with it. I'm gonna go ahead and apply that right on top. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and step back and assess the situation. I'm actually gonna use this bronzer, which is one that I purchased recently. This is the Airbrush bronzer. It's one of their newest launches. I have the shade 1 Fair, and it truly is an amazing bronzer for fair skin. It's almost, in some situations, too light for me, which is, you know, hard to find for me in a bronzer. Most bronzers are definitely too dark for me, if anything. But I love the formula of this. It's so beautiful. It's the same as the, well, I don't know if I should say it's the same because I don't know if it's the same, but it's inspired by the Airbrush Flawless Finish powder, which I'm going to apply in just a second. So it literally just blends seamlessly and so effortlessly. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of that on top just to kind of make that bronzer color blend a little bit more. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of the powder, the Flawless Finish powder. You can see how much I love this. And I'm just gonna take a bit of that. And this is what I'm gonna use to kind of smooth out the very center of my face. I use the shade One Fair in this as well. This is so pretty. It's my favorite to layer over products in the T-zone because literally it gets rid of pores. I don't know if you could see that. Even on the tip of my nose, I had some visible pores. And then right here, I usually have some. It's so good. Put a little bit of that in the center of the forehead too. Since I ended up using the highlight in the Film Star Bronze and Glow palette, I'm just gonna use that same highlight for the inner corner of my eye. Okay, before I forget, I'm gonna go ahead and highlight the brow bone with the other portion of that brow pencil. Okay, I'm gonna try this out. Do you just do that? I don't really know. Okay. I guess that's kind of nice. Now, I should have maybe waited, I realized, to film this video, but too late now. But Charlotte Tilbury is launching a setting spray pretty soon, I think. So I'm going to be buying that because I'm really excited about it. But instead, I'm just going to go right on to brow gel. Should I do a setting spray? No, I want to keep it all Charlotte Tilbury, but I feel like I could use a setting spray. Oh well. All right, I got the Legendary Brows. Is that what it's called? Legendary Brow Quick and Precise Brow Definition Brush and Gel. And I got the same shade. This is called Supermodel. I'm just gonna run this through the brows. I don't know if I'm doing this right. I'm gonna have to clean up the brows quite a bit. It's a very liquidy formula, and I think I might have used too much. Yeah, why does this brow look like this, and then this brow looks like that? Oh dear. Okay, I am going to attempt being the key word, to fix or clean up the top of this brow right here. Something happened. Just taking a small brush with concealer, kind of trying to clean that up. Same thing right here. I'm just dusting off any mascara marks. I think I got the brows as good as I could get them. They're definitely very full and very bushy, and it's because I didn't know how that product was gonna work. So yeah, I think that's as good as it's gonna get. I tried to just clean up the edges a little, and I'm just gonna leave it as that. I don't want to like mess with them anymore. I'm actually gonna put a little bit of that same, what is this, like lip balm gloss situation? I forget what it's called. I'll have it linked down below, but I'm gonna put a bit of that just in the center of the lips to kind of create a little bit more dimension. And I'm gonna make sure to clean off the applicator before putting it back in so it doesn't change the color of the product. Okay, so that completes my makeup look using all Charlotte Tilbury products. This literally is the first time I've ever been able to do a complete full face using Charlotte Tilbury, so it was honestly really fun for me to film and try out everything. As far as, I'm pretty sure I did this in the Hourglass video that I made that's similar to this, which I will have linked down below. But I wanted to kind of quickly run through what I feel like would be worth your money, you know, if you just want to try a couple of things from Charlotte Tilbury. Honestly, you guys, I'm inspired by, and I usually love everything that I buy from Charlotte Tilbury, from complexion all the way to lip products. Things just work for me from this brand, so that's why I choose to buy so much from them and spend my own personal money on it, because I just love so many of their products. But I will say that some are like better than others in the sense of like some really capture my heart. Some I feel like are worth every single penny no matter what. Some of those products include the Hollywood Flawless Filter. This is something that I think everybody would love and everybody needs because of its versatility. You can use it under foundation, you can mix it into foundation, and it's actually gorgeous over top of powders or creams, obviously, as your actual highlight at the end of your makeup routine. So I love this stuff. I definitely feel like the lip products would be something that I would definitely recommend next. Both the lip liners and the lipsticks, I just love. The formulas are amazing. They're some of the best wearing lip products that I own, and the packaging's beautiful. Again, the colors are amazing. So Flawless Filter, lip liners and lipsticks, definitely. And if I had to pick one, I would definitely say try Pillow Talk. It's so iconic. It's such a beautiful shade, and it really is so flattering. So that's what I would pick if I had to choose one. The next thing that I would say might be worth it would be the powders, both the pressed and also the loose. I love the Airbrush Flawless Finish powder for if you just want like an absolutely airbrushed look, especially in the T-zone. If you're somebody who likes to set your makeup but you don't want to lose the glow, you've got to try the magic powder. It's so good. Again, I really do love everything from Charlotte Tilbury. I really enjoy her eyeshadows, partially because so much of her makeup works well together. So when I buy an eyeshadow and a lipstick and a blush, for example, as you can see, all of the tones really complement each other effortlessly. So that's something I really love about Charlotte Tilbury. And usually when I use a Charlotte lipstick or lip liner or a blush or an eyeshadow, I usually reach for all Charlotte Tilbury as far as the color goes on my face, because I always know that it's going to really match up nicely. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Also, I guess, fourth, the contour wands and the highlight wands. The wands are just too good. So had to throw that in there as well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the final look. I really wish I had that setting spray, but it is launching soon. So when I get my hands on that, I will definitely test it out and let you guys know if it's worth it, because I'm intrigued by a Charlotte setting spray, honestly. All the things that I wore today, besides the brows and the mascara, I stand behind and I've tried before. I really, really love them. I will keep you posted in the notes below on the brows and mascara products. I really did enjoy the brow pencil. The brow gel, I'm gonna have to get used to, but I think I like how my brows look. I think I do. I think they're growing on me. I think I just need to practice that formula a little bit. And then if this smudges or flakes, I will let you guys know, because that's always a deal breaker for me when it comes to mascara. So again, I think it's always fun to see entire brands all at once on the skin and on the eyes and lips, because it really does show what the brand is capable of and kind of their own personal aesthetic in a way. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to do this with any other brands, drugstore or high-end. I would love to do more of these videos. I love filming them, so let me know. I would also love to know what your favorite Charlotte Tilbury product is. If you own Charlotte Tilbury, let me know what you guys love. Or if you haven't tried out the brand but you're interested in it, what do you feel like is the first thing on your wish list that you might pick up eventually? I would love to know. If you're new here, hi, my name is Allie, and I would love for you to join the family. You can do so by hitting the subscribe button. And if you're already a subscriber but you want to be notified on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, click on the bell after you subscribe and you'll get a notification every single time I post. If you guys want an update on like how things wore, I will leave a note down below as well. Again, I'm familiar with Charlotte Tilbury complexion products, and for me personally and my skin, they are some of the best wearing products. But if I notice anything, I will make sure to let you guys know in the description box. I hope you guys have an amazing day wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye!